We are jumping straight into things today because the goal is to finish 2 weeks worth of reselling in one day, and it's already almost 2 o'clock. Every 2 weeks, I try to spend $1,500 on inventory to go to Amazon. And luckily, we were in Tampa last weekend shooting a video on how I create routes to be more efficient when I'm reselling, so we've already spent $87. So we'll add that to our total now. Now, we will have 2 stops to make, one good and one bad. The bad being because we actually have to go to the bank because their online payments to our credit cards aren't working. And I need to pay that down to buy inventory today. The good is gonna be to go to USPS to ship out something that I sold on eBay for almost a 200% return on investment. Just like my last sourcing vlog, we're actually gonna be responding to comments and answering some questions every $200 that we spend for Amazon in this video. If you have a question that you want answered in a future video, just leave it down below. But let's try to at least spend enough to make $1,000 of profit today. Not great for Amazon so far. Through one section, all I found is this. Got some shoes here to check out. These ones I have in a different colorway that are for sale right now on eBay. Pretty decent, but not a lot. The listing prices are pretty high though, and with my new business model, I'll list it lower than everybody else. And worst case scenario, just return it. Nope, those are a definite no. Ooh, 70, 90. They're $37 here. So I would probably initially list them at like $70. We'll pick these ones up. A lot of money for just a trainer, but worst case scenario, I return it. I'm hesitant to pick something like that or that up because I already have some. Maybe if they're size 9, I'll pick some of them up. And I do essentially have unlimited money for eBay in theory, but I don't actually have unlimited credit, so I don't actually have unlimited money, so I still want to keep that a little bit in check. Let's see if I can find anything else. Well, that is not the type of start that we are looking for. We're definitely gonna have to ramp it up if we want to finish within these 10 hours. But it is better than getting skunked, so I think I forgot to take all that stuff out of my trunk. Going with the van last week got me spoiled. If you're wondering why I spent $60 on shoes and only put $5 on the screen, it's because of how I run my businesses. Amazon is my main business, and eBay is more of an emergency fund because I'm able to return things and not necessarily worry about the profit margin as much as Amazon. I also do way less volume, so I'm only trying to track Amazon and then just make as much as I can on eBay, but not need it to live. That way I'm diversifying my income sources even within that one business. That being said, spending this money would be a lot easier if I could include eBay. The last time I was in this area, I shot my struggling to spend my money vlog. Hopefully it's not the same this time. So I almost found something here. These little Tic Tacs. They're selling them for only 30 cents, and each one of them would get back minimum 86 cents, or at the Amazon price, $2 and change. But they're here on clearance because they're almost expired. They're not quite expired yet. Some of them are, but most of them have the expiration date, as you can see, October 26, 2021. And I'm pretty sure to send anything with the expiration date into Amazon, it needs to have 6 months from when it would be listed live. And since October isn't even 6 months away, I still can't send these in. But I might buy some for myself. Jeez, just almost forgot my phone. Walmart's not getting any restocks of the stuff that I sell, so that means I'm not getting any restocks of any of the stuff that I sell. Well, that freaking sucked. Let's go make some money. At least we're doing something useful in this first hour, because this has been crap so far. I was so scared I wasn't going to be able to just drop that because there were like 20 people in line. I'm going to switch up the route from what I've done this past couple of months, and I know it won't actually do anything to the inventory that's already in these stores, but it's going to make me feel better. I think that hour might be the worst hour that I've had reselling, at least in a couple of months. Only spending $5 on Amazon. I wasn't even feeling great about today before I came out. Hopefully things will turn around. Not much better. I found $20 worth of stuff, and one of them is kind of speculative because this thing only has one other listing on Amazon in a very good condition. It's about a $50 item, so I'm going to put it as like new, which is all I'm allowed to sell it at, and try to get my 100% back, which I would probably be able to unless people come on it as new. Worst case scenario, that gets returned to me in a couple months and I sell it on eBay. I did find a lot more stuff for eBay, and these sell for $90 all the time, and I found a couple of those and a couple other ones in different colors, so I'm really stoked on that. Still very frustrated. We're just going to speed through a couple more and try to get to at least $200 by 5 o'clock. Really solid stuff, especially for eBay, but still only $21. We're over 100 if we include the stuff from Tampa, but there is an academy that I'm going to be coming up to maybe like an hour or two, and if it's really good, I might jet up to one academy that's outside of my normal reselling radius, 40 miles away. But if the clearance sale is still going on and I spend a couple $100, I might have to get up there. I just hope it doesn't come to that because that's a far drive. It's a Monday early afternoon. Why are there so many people? Still finding a ton of great stuff for eBay. Nothing yet for Amazon though. But this loop that I'm sourcing, especially now, is very Ross heavy, which is bad when Ross isn't doing well for Amazon, but I don't want to skip them because you never know what could be in one of them. That being said, I might skip a couple Rosses down the road if I still don't find anything good for Amazon like I haven't been. Lots of really solid shoes, and I got some Savior socks, some of those same socks from the last vlog. They just got into Amazon, so we'll see how fast they sell, but they have a great rank, and they're going to make me about 250% return on investment, so if I can find more of those at the Rosses, that'd be great. I'm also a little happy because this is called the cell phone zone of death, at least to me. I've not gotten any good reception for months, but my stuff was actually working this time, so that's a big plus. So now I'm pretty interested to see if Burlington here has the same stuff as it did in Tampa. There were no Rosses that I went to when I made that video. I went to Burlington and a Marshall's and a Walmart. That Walmart had way more clearance stuff that I was able to buy than the one that I already went to. But I was able to find one of the things that I've been looking for at these Burlingtons lately in Tampa. I'm hoping I can find some more of them here, and maybe even some top end soccer cleats like I found in my last reselling vlog when I found that one really big size Puma one. Finally, something a little decent, but it was still just one big item for $50. This is the most I think I've ever spent on one item for Amazon FBA so far. And I picked it up because it's got a pretty good sales rank. And headphones, it's still loading. At the new price right now, it's $83, which is over my 50% profit margin, that minimum I want to earn. And it's like $25, and it should sell fast. The other thing, if you look down here at the offers, the one that it's selling for right now is $96. The next lowest offer is $149. If I price mine between those and just let it sit at about $120, I can let it sit for a couple of months and wait on it. And if it doesn't sell for a couple of months, I can just drop the price and sell it for that price as well, because then potentially I'll earn 100% return on investment. Let's hit up this Ollies. Hopefully we'll find some stuff to sell. Last time we were there, we spent over $100. Let's see if we can do that again. Maybe I shouldn't expect to spend the same amount of money that I spent 4 weeks ago at the same store when they don't have a lot of new items, but it's not nothing, so that's a plus. Finally made it to $200, actually only like $150 today, but we're still gonna count it. We'll answer our first question when we get to the next store. Very much hoping that something crazy happens soon. If I can spend another $700 at Academy, that would be amazing. So the first comment that we're gonna respond to is from Jason Leva, which was on my last reselling vlog, where I asked people to guess what the total profit was gonna be from everything that we had bought, Amazon and eBay. He guessed $26.50 for eBay and $37.68.23 for Amazon, inclusive of what I spent. Now he was off by $1,200, but that was all eBay. He was $9 off from the Amazon number. And Jason, if you're watching this video before you've seen my response to that comment, or you've seen my inventory lab video, you won the coffee, so please reach out. But I also pulled that comment first because if you have any questions about reselling or just want to get in contact with me, you can reach out to my email, bodanza@gmail.com, or on Instagram @ambdnza, but I'm really bad at being on Instagram, so I might not get back to that as soon as an email. We haven't found anything at this TJ Maxx in, I think, 2 months now, so hopefully we can get something. I was skunked right down to the end, and then I found a couple phone cases that I found last time I went outsourcing, and a couple knee braces. Marshall's is one of the ones that's up next, so we'll see if there's anything there as well. That's better than I anticipated it being, so I'm happy to have spent pretty much anything. But I am not confident that we'll be able to accomplish our goal of at least $1,000 of profit by the end of the day for Amazon. But there's still plenty of day left. We can see what'll happen. You know me, you know I love a Ross, but I'm starting to have a little bit more of a hate relationship in our love-hate relationship. Not really expecting much, to be honest. All right, Ross, we're still not friends, but that's better than nothing, especially because this guy is $4 and sells for $24. That should be maybe 5 times my money, $4 to $20. All right, we got a Burlington, and then we can hit up our Academy. It is a little late. I don't even know if, even if I was to go to the Academy now and spend a lot, if I would have time to go to the other one, because it's probably about 45 minutes to an hour away. But that would be something to know for potentially tomorrow if I do have to come back out and spend more money, because I'm not able to spend enough to even just survive. Well, let's not talk like that. Maybe we can somehow spend another $1,300 in 4 hours. Yikes. Did just double check, in the Academy would be an hour away from this Academy where we are now. And because if I'm spending upwards of $300 or $400 in an Academy, I'm probably in it for an hour, and there really wouldn't be enough time to hit up that other one. But it'll be good to know if there's still a lot of good inventory at Academy, so I can go there on another day if we're not able to finish spending at least $1,000 today. All right, I didn't find any good shoes. Well, I found some really nice track shoes, but they didn't have the frickin' spikes, so I can't sell those. But I did find more of these skull candy headphones, and in a different color. And this one is a little bit different. It has some more helpful information on it when I scan it, so let's scan it up real quick and I'll show you. Amazon's actually on the listing. They had the buy box $92. What you would get back is $78. So after tax, this is like $53. So it's just under 50%. And the rank is pretty good. It's under 2,000 in headphones, and I can sell in new condition. So honestly, it's not like that 100% return on investment like I like, but to be able to grab a couple of these and make a fast $100 by sending in 4 of them is pretty awesome. But that just means that I have to make sure I'm buying a lot of stuff that's over 100% return on investment to earn back that spend that I'm making on these. So hopefully we can do that at least at Academy, because that's been really good for us lately. I'm another 200 down, so we'll get to our next question before we head into Academy. Hopefully we get to another one after Academy, because we're able to spend more than $200. The other reason I'm pretty happy with buying all these headphones is because even if the price drops by $20, which wouldn't make a lot of sense because of the quality of headphones and where they're priced in the market, I would still be able to either break even or make a couple of dollars. And I've gotten a couple of questions more privately about like my repricer settings and getting 100% return on investment. That's just what I use to source. My repricer is pretty aggressive because I want to get my money back, and so I don't actually end up getting 100%. It's closer to 50 to 80%. Depending on the time period. And on a lot of items, that means they're gonna sell either at cost, a little bit above it, or for a tiny, tiny, tiny loss if it's been sitting for a while. That way I can get my money back and invest it into something that will make more money. But I also do have plenty of items that return multiple 100%. They just balance each other out to be about 50 to 90% depending on the month. Problem then becomes, because I'm repricing so aggressively, I sell a lot of items for lower than I maybe could sell them for if I was to wait longer and just hold my price. And right now I'm okay with that trade-off because I need to make enough money to pay myself every month, and sometimes volume does that better for me than profit margin because I can't wait a couple of months for something to sell. That being said, it's super important to diversify your income sources. That way you're not just reliant on one platform or one stream of revenue, especially if you own your own business and are doing this full time. So as I'm growing this YouTube channel and building a couple of revenue streams around that, as well as building out eBay, I'm gonna be able to pull back on the aggressiveness of my repricer so that I sell things for a higher profit margin and it takes a little bit longer for it to sell. That way it might be a little more sustainable in the long run for me to have higher profits. Just things to think about. This next question is from Milo P. He said, one thing I would love to see is how you run your logistics. How do you plan which store to start and which one to end? And then he said that he had his first month of pure profit of $200 in June. So congratulations, Milo. I actually have a video coming out about this topic and I'll break it down in much more detail, but essentially I will look at all the stores that I want to resell for me: Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, TJ Maxx, Academy, Walmart, and Ollies. And I'll pull up a blank map of wherever I want to source, and then I'll pull up the maps of all the other ones and just fill in points where all those stores are, and then I'll look at what a good route would be. And I actually have 8 qualifiers in that video coming out. The main ones are just where can I hit up a bunch of stores in a tight radius, and when I start off I try to get a little bit of diversity. Unlike today where you saw I went to a bunch of Rosses and they all sucked, I want to be able to hit up a couple different stores so I can know which ones suck and which ones don't, and then go to more stores that don't suck. I hope that helps, and now I hope that we can get about $200 at least at Academy. If we can get another $700, I'll be very, very happy. We still got some clearance signs, so that's a good sign. Pun intended. There's still the clearance prices. Dang it, there's not a lot of stuff left though. I cleared them out last time. Well, it looks like this Academy, unlike the other ones, didn't have as much inventory to restock after I bought them out the first time, so that's it. 30 bucks, so now I really gotta hope I can find a lot of stuff the rest of the store. That was not as good as I wanted it to be, but $255.55 is not bad. And honestly, a lot of the reason was because there were a couple items that I've literally walked by, I think for the past 8 months, and didn't even bother to check, and this time I checked them and they're 100% profit margin. Items. It is good to know that the clearance sale is still on, and so I might be able to head to the other academies that are in a farther radius and pick up some more inventory, because it looks like it's until the inventory is sold out, because a lot of the stuff that was cleared out of the clearance was stuff that I personally had purchased a couple weeks ago. We'll head over to that Marshalls, and because we spent another $200, we'll answer another question, and there's a Ross over here. So the next question is from Shuriel over at Modest Millennial, and he asked, do you have a percentage amount that you allocate for things like this happening time after time? And that was in the video where I thought I got scammed by a customer, but it turns out I probably got scammed by a seller because of the manufacturer labeling process. I don't actually have an amount of money that I allocate towards this, simply because of the way that I do my accounting. There are essentially 2 ways that you can do business accounting. You can either do a cash basis or an accrual basis. I'm not an accountant, a CPA, or an EA, so definitely talk to one of those if you have any bigger questions about this. But since I do cash-based accounting, I account for all of my inventory as cost of goods sold as I buy it rather than as it sells. So on that side of things, I don't have to worry about it. If this item sells again, it's just gonna have a 0 cost of goods sold because I already accounted for the cost of goods sold. The other side of that though is the practical value of it, which is me losing that revenue from getting the return, as well as having to get it shipped back to me, as well as shipping it back into Amazon. And I honestly just work that into my buy cost in the way that I actually allocate my money. I can't get into all of that right now because it would take up probably another couple of minutes in this video. Before I actually get any money into my bank account, I know which accounts I'm gonna be putting that money into. And I account for a little bit of margin of error of returns and things selling at lower prices when I'm actually buying items, which goes back to what I was talking about as we left the Burlington, where I shoot for 100% profit margin, but I sell stuff for a little bit less and less because things like this happen and things just drop in price. I hope that makes sense. I will be having more videos coming out about how I handle my business and do that in a way that with relatively little revenue, I was able to actually quit my job. So subscribe or hit the like button if you want to see that video coming out soon. This was not good. Also, look at that line. It comes to here and then goes back around again. So we will be leaving. This might just be the happiest I've ever been to get skunked because I don't have to wait in that like 25-30 minute line, especially if it means only buying a couple dollars of things. So let's go to this Ross. Ooh, those are not nice. Not seeing a lot of good stuff anywhere. Don't forget to walk through every aisle. This was literally in the last aisle before I was gonna check out. Even cheaper than they normally are. These ones are only $14 and they sell for like 60 plus shipping. Never know what you'll find. Not great? Yeah, just not great. That's all I have to say about it. If we head a little bit west of where I am, we got a Walmart and then a couple more Ross, Marshalls, and Burlington. Just kidding, I totally forgot about this TJ Maxx, and there's a Ross over there, and we're just gonna fly through this area real quick, and then we'll go hit up those 3 stores and then do the Walmart Ross kind of dance. That's what I was looking for. We're gonna have a good store. So we might actually be able to do it if we can get to enough TJ Maxx and Marshalls by the time everything closes. Just under $100, that's definitely a good stop. A couple more $100 stores, we might be able to break that $1,000. But with that, we do have one more comment to respond to. We're gonna real quick do 2 comments in one. They're both questions. On my video, me shipping stuff into Amazon, Ching Ching asked, how often do I do this per month? They thought I said 6 times, but I talked fast, which I do, sorry. And then Nick Chan, a couple of reselling vlogs ago where I was actually doing the same loop, asked me, how many days do I work? If he doesn't mind me asking, and I don't really mind you guys asking anything, I just won't answer it if I don't want to answer it. But most things I'll be able to answer. In terms of general work, I'll work pretty much every day. I try to have one day where I rest or at least be a little more chill. And a lot of times my body forces me to do that because I work a lot during the week. Now that's just because I love doing what I do, especially making the videos. I used reselling to quit my job in order to make videos on YouTube helping people be smarter with their money. And so I only resell 6 days a month, or at least I try to. It's been a little bit more now because I've been creating content around reselling, but before I made content around it, I was pretty strict. I would do 2 days every 2 weeks to buy inventory and then 1 day every 2 weeks to send shipments. So only 2 shipments per month, but 6 days per week. But the big thing for reselling for me is to resell as much as I need, but not more than that, because reselling is definitely fun and it can be something that you can be passionate about, but I feel like for most people there's something that they're more passionate about that goes a little bit deeper that they might want to do full time, and you can use reselling as kind of a jumping off point from your 9 to 5 into whatever you actually want to be doing as a little bit of a bridge between those two. So I hope that helps. Man, if I would have skipped this stop, that would have been very bad. TJ Maxx was $90. This is going to be almost $50. And some eBay stuff. I honestly think that we should be able to get at least $1,000 for Amazon today. I know for sure that if I was combining right now, I'd be over 1,000. I might even be all the way closer to 1,300 or 1,400, but we're not doing that, so we gotta keep moving on. All the Marshalls and TJ Maxx's should be closed, so we're actually just gonna fly over to a Walmart over there, and then we'll hit up the Ross, Burlington, and then a couple other Walmarts and Rosses and Burlingtons if they're around. Because I think Ross and Burlington close at midnight, and Walmart closes at 11. And my minimum that I'd be cool not going out again tomorrow is $1,200, because we spent 18 and change in my last vlog, so that'll average out to $3,000. It won't average out, it'll add up to $3,000, which will average out to $1,500 over these 2 trips. These 2 stores actually gave me hope. I really hope that I'm not hoping in vain, because the next 2 Walmarts that we're going to be able to hit up, this one and hopefully one more that we can get to before everything closes, are Walmarts that I haven't been to in months now. So hopefully they have some restocks of my fishing stuff that I want to restock, and hopefully they have clearance items. I'm feeling optimistic because of my last couple stores, and I hope my hopes aren't dashed. Only found like $8, $10 worth of profit. These are the lines. They might be moving fast, but they're freaking long. Let's see how long it takes. That did not take nearly as long as I thought it was gonna take, but at least we made $10. Why does it get so dark and I don't have good light? First of the late night stores.
Payment options at the register.
Just over 100 left to go to get to that $1,000 mark. And if we could break that here at Burlington, hopefully we can get to 1,200 and I don't have to go out again this week. All right, we need some good stuff here. It's 11 o'clock, not midnight. So I got no Skull Candy headphones, 1 pair of pretty profitable track shoes. It's not looking good for us right now.
To register too.
We're gonna need a miracle to do this. Time is really running out. I did not realize how late it was getting. This Walmart and maybe one more Ross that we're able to get to before we'll have to call it a night and see how much we were actually able to make in a day. If there's a Walmart that's gonna get us close, it's gonna be this one because the clearance section is massive. All right. Here we are. My camera died because I'm a hack and a fraud and forgot to bring in a second battery, but we were able to spend just over $70. So I was super excited thinking that we only had $38 left to get to our 1,000. And we'd be able to do that since the Rosses close at midnight. And then I looked to see which Ross would be closer to me, and it said it was closing at 11, and it's 10:54. And then I remembered last time I went sourcing, I was sourcing on a Friday, and they have longer hours Friday and Saturday. We're actually way closer than I thought we would be to that $1,000 spend based on how the day was going. But let's cut to Future Anthony to see if we were able to actually get $1,000 worth of profit in 1 day reselling for Amazon FBA. Subtle flex on my old place of employment right there. But unfortunately, we didn't reach our goals. Here are the numbers for everything from FBA that we shot in this video. We spent just under $900. And our potential profit is right around $850, which is actually pretty good considering we bought 4 of those headphones for $50 that only had around a 50% return on investment, which means that we bought a lot of other stuff which was above 100% return on investment, which is where I want to be. The cool thing is that if we add in eBay, our spend for just those 9 to 10 hours is over $1,300, and our potential profit is over $1,200. So for less than 10 hours of sourcing, $1,300 of potential profit is pretty freaking good. And just in case you're interested, we drove about 75 miles throughout this whole trip. So if we account for the mileage deduction, we can take off $40 from that potential profit, and it's still a really good profit. So now if we add back in the totals from Tampa, I spent about $85 there, but I was actually able to catch a problem before it got to Amazon, which could have turned pretty bad. If you see all these cardstock cards, they look pretty similar. That's because the UPC codes are the exact same UPCs. This is the orange one, this is the green one, and they're the exact same. After I scan a product, to make sure that I'm picking up the same exact product, I'll always check UPCs, so seeing that these two were the same, I picked them all up without really thinking too much. Honestly, this could have been alright because they have the UPC, they're the same product, however, there is a slight problem. These are the colors that come in each of them, and they're honestly almost exactly the same with the exception of this orange color, which doesn't have a match over here. Now that wouldn't have been a major problem, except for the fact that on the listing, that is the one that is the cover photo. So if I'm gonna be sending something in and someone expects to receive this, if they get this and it doesn't even have the same orange color, they might not be very happy. So I'll be returning these two and sending this one into FBA. So just make sure that even if the UPC is the same, it matches the photos, because that is what will make the customers angry. Even if the listing is correct or the UPC is correct, if it's a different item than what the picture is, or it might be construed as such, just be cautious with it, because you don't want to get in trouble with Amazon for selling something that's not the correct product, and having too many bad customer reviews will really drop your ability to get the buy box. Not including those, that brings our total for Amazon and eBay to over $1,500. And spending $1,500 has been my goal over the past however many months that I've been doing this, but recently my rules changed, so now I'm doing Amazon separate from eBay because of the way that I've changed that business model. So if it was about a month ago, I would be done sourcing now, but I'm not quite content with where we are, especially because my potential profit was only right around $1,400 for both of them combined, and I want to be at least over 100%. It's Sunday now, and we went sourcing on Tuesday, and I haven't been able to actually get back out sourcing because I've been sick. But that means that we're going to be going out sometime this week, and then also sometime next week, and bringing you another video trying to spend that $1,000 for Amazon FBA in one day. So subscribe for those videos coming out over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll also do a massive shipment video. If you do want to see how I send in a shipment to Amazon, watch this video right here. But if you're more interested in how I source and make those buying decisions, watch this video right here, which is my last reselling vlog where I spent the most that I've ever spent at a store, and it was all because of one little trick that I found out while I was there. Stay smart.